Hello there, welcome to Talking TV. Balloons all around us. March is hectic for balloons here, but welcome to Talking TV. I've had a delivery in here, so I'm going to pull out the first of those DVDs, and it is Dad's Army, The Lost Episodes. Now, to my knowledge, and somebody's bound to correct me on this, I don't think this has ever been shown on a free-to-air channel. I don't think it's been on yesterday. Please tell me if I've got that wrong. I've had a Google and I couldn't find it. I think it's only been on Gold, which is what it was originally made for. So basically, 3 episodes of Dad's Army are missing in the archives. They're all from 1969. And to celebrate the 50th anniversary of these long lost episodes back in 2019, they remade them with a new cast exclusively for Gold. So you've got Kevin McNally, Robert Bathurst from Cold Feet, Kevin Eldon, and I remember seeing bits of these but didn't watch them all at the time. So I'm going to give you a review. I'm going to tell you what I think of them. I can tell you just looking at the back, and I'll open it and show you the packaging in just a moment. So there's the back. You've got cast interviews, outtakes, and a behind the scenes gallery as well. But this is a release from Network, and really reasonable. I have to say, you get all three episodes. It's available on Blu-ray as well, I noticed as well. So to complete your Dad's Army collection, I think this is a great idea. And I'd love to see some of the other Gold projects come out on DVD. I know they did an extensive series on Only Fools and Horses. It's never been released. Hancock's Half Hour has had episodes colorized lately. Again, that'd be a great DVD release, wouldn't it? I'm just going to open it up now. So you can see you've got The Loneliness of the Long Distance Walker, you've got A Strike for Fraser, Under Fire, and then you've got specially recorded interviews with a lot of the cast members there, which we'll have a look at in a moment, and then outtakes as well. So I'm going to have a look. I'll report back. But it's and I love the disc as well. That's a great little bit of artwork as well on the disc, isn't it? So what did I think? Let's find out. So here are my thoughts on Dad's Army, the lost episodes, and stay right where you are. We've got a fantastic interview in just a moment. So 3 episodes from Series 2 of Dad's Army are missing. 80 episodes of Dad's Army were made, so 77 still exist in audio and video format in the archives. So in stepped Gold to recreate the 3 missing episodes. And these were originally transmitted over August Bank Holiday weekend in 2019. I don't think they've been shown on Freeview. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think. I had a quick look, and sometimes Gold material ends up on yesterday. I don't think they have. And as of 2023, these 3 episodes are still missing. So it's perhaps that a lot of people still haven't seen these because, as I say, they've been exclusive on Gold for subscribers. So, and it's really reasonably priced as well, and it's really reasonably priced as well. I have to say that it's brilliant value. So episode 1 that you get on the DVD is The Loneliness of the Long Distance Walker. So is Walker about to be called up? Well, no, thanks to his allergy of corned beef as it happens. But it's a great episode to start off this mini-series, and it really introduces the cast nicely. It sets it up perfectly. Now, to research this DVD properly, I watched A Stripe for Fraser off here and the animated version of A Stripe for Fraser, which was made, I think, for BBC Store back in 2016. Do you remember BBC Store? I bought loads of things off BBC Store, and then it went bust, didn't it? But quite interestingly, the 2016 BBC Store version is 30 minutes long, and the Gold version, the Lost Episodes version here, is 33 minutes long. Now, the animated version is good. It's got the original soundtrack, of course, but without a shadow of a doubt, I do prefer this version. And I'll go on about the pace in a moment when we see the interview that we're about to see. But I do think the pace is better on this version. Tell me what you think. The final episode is Under Fire, a great episode, which is it's got a great farcical bit at the end where they're trying to put out a fire, and it's just been captured perfectly. It's just absolutely farcical, and it's brilliant. It's great just to see this episode come to life once again. Um, the DVD is brilliant. We've got 10 minutes of outtakes, which are really funny. Now, 3 minutes of these are on YouTube. On the UK TV Play channel, but there's an extra 7 minutes here, and they are brilliant. They're really funny. There's lots of cast interviews on this DVD. These are on the UK TV Play YouTube channel as well for free, but it's great to see them included here by network. So, without further ado, 3 episodes. You get the cast interviews, outtakes, and a fantastic behind-the-scenes gallery as well. So, plenty on there. And as I say, if you've seen the Dad's Army remake film, just forget about that. This is studio-based, brilliant cast. You've got Kevin McNally, Robert Bathurst, Kevin Eldon, David Heyman, Matthew Horn, Timothy West, Tom Rosenthal. Absolutely superb cast, and all shot in front of a live studio audience as well. So, without further ado, I was fortunate to have a chat with Kevin McNally, who played Captain Mainwaring in these Dad's Army The Lost episodes, and Kevin was absolutely fantastic. So here's what he thought of his time working on Dad's Army. Right. So right now on Talking TV, as we've been reviewing Dad's Army: The Lost episodes, it is a privilege, an absolute privilege, to be joined by Mainwaring himself. Hello to Kevin McNally. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you all there?
I'm very well, thank you. And I tell you what, I didn't see the Lost episodes back in 2019. I was looking at my diary, and I normally write down what I watch, and I didn't see it. So it's been great to watch it after 4 years since it was made. Tell us a
God,
little
is it
bit.
that long? Wow.
Oh, sorry, after you.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was that long. That's
It
terrifying.
was. It was August Bank Holiday weekend when it was transmitted on Gold in 2019. But let's go
Is that right?
chronologically, because I guess Hancock does play a part. And I'd forgotten until I was making tea earlier for the kids that it started on television. Television. You did a Lost sitcom, didn't you? For was it BBC Four? I think years before you did it for the radio.
No, no, no. We did the sitcom. We did the TV version afterwards.
Right.
The first time we did the it was very funny actually because I was in Richmond, Virginia, shooting a show, and I got this really long email from Neil Pearson sketching the idea of the lost Hancocks. And I just wrote back, yes, because I've loved Hancock all my life. Um, and he tells a very funny story, actually. He said he pitched the idea to the BBC, and they said, "Well, we'll do it if you can find a Hancock." And he thought, "Well, I better spend the next 6 months finding one." And that night, he met Andy Hamilton at a party, and told him his dilemma. And Andy said, "Look no further, Kevin McNally. You can't stop him doing it." So I was cast within the day of the meeting with the BBC.
And it was just brilliant to hear on Radio 4 again at 6:30, and it was just event radio for those. Yeah, I know they staggered the episodes to kind of, which was a brilliant idea to make. Kind of, you were waiting for the next missing Hancocks almost. Even it was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it was such a it's one of my proudest projects. Yeah.
So from there, onto Mainwaring. Do you remember being
Mm.
told? Do you remember when you were offered the role from UK TV, or how it came about?
Yes, I do. I was sitting at home actually, and my agent called me and said that when it wasn't even, they weren't even searching. They wanted to offer me the role of Mannering. Well, I had a bit of a backstory with impersonating people doing performances with Hancock, and I'd loved Hancock all my life. I knew I had a Hancock in me, but I was not for six. I mean, I don't even see myself as Mannering or as Arthur Lowe. But I said, can you ask them to give me 3 days? And I went down to the living room, locked the door, opened a bottle of wine, told everyone to stay out. And of course, you can binge watch Dad's Army every day of the week. You certainly could then. And so I watched, it must have been about half the episodes that were ever made. And and I had a little practice, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I thought, well, if they've got a really tall actor playing Wilson, I can do this. So I said, I'll do it, and I had such a ball doing it, and the entire cast, of course, were we all knew that there were going to be people out there who might judge us for doing this, but we all, our main thing, as was with the Hancocks, is that we don't do anything you can see the original people doing, and we're plugging the gaps so that people can see stuff they've heard about. So I was glad that they gave me that time to decide. I had to know 100% that I could do it, because you don't want to go out there doubtful.
And even in 2019, and it was something that came. What I was thinking of when I was watching the DVD is even in 2019, studio sitcoms are in a bit of a decline. I mean, you've got Kate and Koji that was perhaps made after Dad's Army, the Lost episode. You've got Mrs. Brown's Boys, but it's a very rare thing that happens these days. And that, I mean, to do the rehearsals perhaps like you did, and there's probably only soaps such as Coronation Street and things like that that have the rehearsals like that you did.
Yeah, it's a dying art form, certainly. Um, what was interesting was that for me to go back, after the sort of revolution of TV becoming like film, to go back with those big Dalek cameras uh, and for the audience as well, we were all very excited. I saw grown cameramen weep when the titles came up.
Yeah.
For Dad's Army, because it did, we're all of a certain age, and it took us back to a different time of television when we were all at the television centre, or we were at Pebble Mill in Birmingham, and it was very moving actually. Of course, the wonderful thing about both Hancock and Dad's Army, which I'm very grateful for, is there are many sitcoms of those years that would be unpalatable to a modern audience now. The wonderful thing is that Galton and Simpson and Croft and Perry were delightful men who didn't have any sort of nasty prejudice. We never had to change anything in any of the episodes of Dad's Army or Hancock, because they are perennial and as beautiful now as they were then.
Yeah, I tell you what was interesting. I watched the animated reconstruction of A Strike for Fraser whilst researching this, as well as your version, and theirs is 3 minutes shorter. But it's like the lines, the actors go through the lines really, 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 really quick. But I'd say, and this, I mean, genuinely, in your version, you got more laughs in some places, and that was interesting. Just by the pace, you seem to. I watched it, and it was like it was on more than one occasion. You got some great laughs doing the Lost episode, whereas some of the lines when Arthur Lowe and John LeMessurier were saying them in the because it's the original audio on A Strike for Fraser, it was. I think it went down better in your version on that one.
Well, I've avoided watching that, although now that you've said that, I think it's the next thing I'm going to watch.
You can report back and see what you think. I genuinely think that, yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it, because of different styles. Interestingly enough, on the Hancocks, we were always faster than they were.
Right.
In a modern style. So I'm very interested to know that we're slower on the. I think it's because we got a lot of laughs, but a lot of that might be to do with the audience laughing because of the nostalgia.
Yes.
So I remember there was a moment when Kevin Eldon said, because they don't like it up, sir. And we really had to, we had to do it again because the audience laughed so much. So not to take anything away from the original and to put our stuff in perspective, there was a lot of nostalgic laughter that we got that wouldn't have been there if they hadn't done it in the first place.
And the outtakes on the DVD just show you were obviously having a lot of fun and obviously trying to get the lines absolutely right. And the 10 minutes on the DVD are fantastic. But there's an amazing story as well. I think I remember from the time, was it during the start of Under Fire, you're wearing a civilian outfit Mainwaring comes in on. And was it Arthur Lowe that had that outfit last time it was rented out? Is that right?
That's right. The wonderful costume designer said, "We've just found out that he comes in a civvies, and we haven't got any for you." So he literally ran in a taxi up to the clothes house brought it back, and when he opened it, he went, "Oh my God, you won't believe this." He said the last tag in here is Arthur Lowe, and we researched together that it was for the 1970 movie, and he wore it at the very beginning when he was speaking to the people from the back of a cart, I think. I was quite offended that it fit me. But what an extraordinary, if you did believe in any sort of fate or bizarreness, it was just extraordinary to see that. We were both quite moved, actually.
Unbelievable. I mean, but there's some great episodes, like you say, and they're just great old-fashioned. The Loneliness of the Long Distance Walk is a great episode, and just like you say, the attention to detail with the sets and the uniforms. The sets, I couldn't believe.
Absolutely, the work on the set. When we walked in on the first recording for our rehearsals during the afternoon before TX. I couldn't believe it. It was just beautiful. It's exactly as I remember it from the kids watching. Tremendous work. The director, Ben, he found a lot of the original camera schedules. So he tried to shoot it exactly as we thought it had been shot then. So it was really an archivist's dream, really. Everything we tried to recreate perfectly.
Oh, I think you did a great job. And finally, I was going to give mention to Timothy West, because he played, of course, Private Godfrey. But if memory serves me correctly, it was meant to be Bernard Cribbins. Does that mean he had less time to kind of familiarize himself with the scripts and get in with the rest of the cast? Is that what happened?
Yes. Tim was wonderful, and
yes.
I can't imagine anyone else doing it. Before we knew that Tim had taken over, it was a lifelong ambition of mine to work with Bernard Cribbins, and I was very excited. But sadly, he was a great mate of Tim's, and sadly, due to a bit of a decline in his wife's health, he decided that it wouldn't be fair to go and do this, so he pulled out. And Tim came in at the last moment. In many ways, just by chance. Obviously, Bernard was amazing, and I did so want to work with him. Tim was the perfect Godfrey. I mean, it was miraculous, as with all of the others, actually. The miraculous recreation of the original actor playing the original character. But I do regret never having met Bernard now that he's gone.
But absolutely, to about what you say, Timothy West, it was like he was just made for Private Godfrey. It really was. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on. It's really appreciated to talk.
I'm sorry, I'm just distracted. There, somebody just brought me my burger.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Thank you for joining us on Talking TV. Thanks, Kevin.
And as a little bonus, my kids have absolutely got into Doctor Who, Josie, Eric and Arthur. And I was telling Kevin at the end of the interview, and Kevin really, really kindly invited them in to say hello. And Josie got to ask a couple of questions about Doctor Who and his time on Doctor Who. So, you know what? I've included these on the video because there's some Doctor Who fans out there. And I'm yet to see the Kevin McNally Doctor Who episodes. My kids have watched them over and over again with the Weeping Angels. So here is what he had to say.
What was it you wanted to ask, Kevin? Go on.
What was your best moment being with Jodie Whittaker?
Oh, what was your best moment being with Jodie Whittaker? There you go.
It's when she sang Happy Birthday to me on my birthday in the makeup trailer.
Oh, there you go.
But apart from that, it was go on.
Did you enjoy time with her when filming it?
Oh, did you enjoy time with her when filming it?
I absolutely loved it, and I loved the first scene with her because she was so frantic, talking about the Weeping Angels, that I couldn't keep a straight face. She made me laugh so much.
You've been watching that one.
I'll miss her as the Doctor, actually.
Oh, there you go. There you are. There you are. Right.
Bye, darling.
So I hope you enjoyed that. Dad's Army, the lost episodes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. More Talking TV coming very, very soon. That's it for me. Bye-bye.